Not arena? Alright, draft 8. Otherwise the same settings. We're facing Dankwine, IA Kidwell, and Axion. Alright, it's like a better Ock pack than some of my draft 10 packs recently. Stallholder is pet favorite of mine. Scythe Worker goes well with it. Wood Collector is good. Patroness is fine, but Shed Builder, really good. 2 grain and 2 veg if you build your 4 stables with chances at hitting Lumber Pile and Sample Stable Maker. Small chances, but they exist. Grain Sieve is like a little more synergistic, but Beanfield is also pretty good here. Want to remember that Forest Inn is in the game. I'd be happy enough if someone plays this because I want more wood. Stallholder, Wood Collector, Patroness, Scythe. I mean, I think I'm happy to get any of these 4 back. Combo potential on German Heathkeeper. I don't know if I should call it combo potential, but something like Buyer or Trellis would make German Heath better. Carrots. These miners are good. Yeah, I don't think I can skip the carrot pick here. The miners are generally pretty good, though. I'm a fan of Potter's Yard. And also a big fan of Iron Oven. Changeover seems a little more interesting with carrots. Fruit Ladder's like fine. Large Greenhouse obviously more sensible with carrots. I'm in seat 2. I think I just picked Drudgery Reeve and Carrot Museum. Pet Broker's interesting, though. Scythe, Wood Collector, Patroness, Stallholder. Stallholder doesn't really work with Carrot Museum super well because Stallholder wants you to have grain in your fields. Carrot Museum says you want veg in your fields. And there ain't no hearsay teacher in the programmed set. Thank God. That thing is a rules disaster and it's terrible. Drudgery Reeve is maybe a little better with Carrot Museum. Oh God, have I been paying attention? I think Where's Salesman is pretty good in this format. Well, I guess it's better in Draft 10. But I guess this set of cards is what I'm trying to say here. I wonder if it's programmed to work with Basket. It shouldn't. And I think it has a pretty liberal interpretation. Like, it would work with Loppers. I don't know, maybe it should work with Basket. It definitely works with Studio, though, which is super fun. And Studio feels good with Carrot Museum, as does Newly Plowed Field. Recount looks kind of fun, but not perfect. Forest Well's fine. Loppers I like. Draft 8 instead of 10, I think drafting field stuff is better. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Ware Salesman and see what happens. Not a big enough fan of Reader here, though the Ox have been fine, generally. Aww. The card that I say is really good in draft 10. It also doesn't super match up with a carrot plan. Pickler is fun. I mean, having Carrot Museum means I have an edge on Pickler, right? You'd think. Seed Researcher's interesting, but I don't think I need to be taking veg at all. This pick is probably Sundial, but Shifting Cultivation's definitely good too. I think it's just Sundial though. And Pickler. I will happily get into a pickle fight. Pickled carrots, that's on the menu. Pretty clear theme here. Yeah, this should be fine. Yeah, all of this should be fine. I wonder if Forest Inn counts as a Where's Salesman card. I guess we'll find out how liberally the interpretation is here. It could be pretty liberal. Yeah, Stallholder's enticing, but really I want to be sowing veggies like crazy. So it is just German Heath here. This is technically a Collier combo. And technically is where it stops. Do I want to be plant fertilizing? I don't know. Do I want to be forest schooling? It's kind of an expensive point. If it's not doing anything else. Hey, what's up, Heroic Logic? Okay, ideal opening, I think, is wood plow. The plow shouldn't be too hard to get from seat 2, assuming seat 1 doesn't have cesspit. Gosh, large greenhouse? I guess I should take large greenhouse. I mean, I like it more than fruit ladder for me here. I'm not playing a Stonehouse game. Do I want a separate build room spot that also comes with a major and 2 food? That's what this really is. I don't think so. I don't really think I'm running oysters this game either. Someone needs to have a fishing combo and I need to be pretty apathetic on when I place my people. Hey, what's up, Zach? Hello, Rainier as well. Playing against the one and only Dankwine? True. Arena leader. Because of some arena bug. Yeah, Rainier. And it's draft 8. It's a draft 8 normal game. Studio and loppers for the Where's Salesman. I guess the studio's the better pick. I'm probably not fencing multiple times in this hand. Woodworker's pretty bad when I already have a better sheep source. I don't really think I'm playing agricultural laborer here. But I don't think I'm playing woodworker either. Lopper's not being taken is a little surprising to me. I think it's a good card. Arena for an hour. Interesting. Because not enough people are filtering out bronze? That's unfortunate. Alright, so I have a choice of free ock for 4 wood or regular 3 wood. Play Pickler here. Wood Collector, that was my opening pack. Scythe Worker and Patroness are in these 2 hands. Sheep round 1 means 2 clay for Axion, fair enough. I don't think I have any layout restrictions. I guess you could call newly plowed field a restriction. Hey Kunming, thanks. Yeah, I've been on a good streak, thankfully. Alright, objectives are building a room in 4 stables. So we got an early shifting cultivation from IA Kidwell. We also would like to play Sundial, Large Greenhouse, Carrot Museum. It's a busy opening here. I would love to get 2 read here. Ock for 4 wood and to start Large Greenhouse looks pretty good also. So, I mean, I'm getting one of those 3 moves. Patroness here, meaning Scythe Worker is with Axion. Choices. It should be 2 read. It does mean that Large Greenhouse is slower. What's my second action this round? Six, 9, and 11. As opposed to getting them in 7, 10, and 12. Alright, I think this makes my stable moves a lot less necessary to do right now, which is a nice help on tempo. So yeah, I think this sequence is good on tempo for 2 reasons. Assuming Axion doesn't start here, which I suppose is not guaranteed. If that happens, I plow. And then open next round 3 food, probably. It is early sheep, but we have plenty of ox being played. Yeah, I'm just gonna first move 3 food next round. My cesspit is ready to go, indeed. Well, it is a little disappointing that I didn't get to play large greenhouse this round. But having 8 wood and 2 fields after round 2 is not a bad space to be. Hey, Brindlin. My draft is definitely good for draft 8. Not premium, but pretty good. We have a 2 food traveling move for Dankwine here. I was already planning on first move 3 food. Axion, I assume, takes 4 wood. Especially as no one has threatened Major yet, though Major doesn't flip here, unfortunately for them. Of course I could, like, fence or build stables here, but that seems like overkill. Could also read stone. But I am just looking to second action start. Studio I'm not the hugest fan of, but it's definitely good in hand when I have Where's Salesman. Not really sure when I'm playing this. But Studio then becomes pay Clay Reed, get Stone Reed, or Wood Reed, or Clay Reed. And with Carrot Museum possibly giving me a lot of stone, definitely not guaranteed, but possibly, it could be a very good studio game. But generally, I probably underrated a little compared to others. This is also potentially a forest in-game, in case any of you came in post-draft. So we are a little more aware than usual of people who have early Clay and Reed. But we'll find out soon enough if it actually gets played or not. Axion doesn't need occupations. Given Axion did start, turns out I could have gone to Reed last round into Ox start. Well, no, this is probably still better overall for tempo. Never mind. Dankwine playing Pet Broker for some capacity also threatens Major Minor. And because Axion didn't protect, Dankwine actually can build a Major and take sheep if there's no other sheep stealing going on. IA Kid, while having 2 food right now, is a result of playing Shift and Cultivation in round 1. Yeah, that tempo penalty is really showing here. They don't have an immediately obvious feeding plan and are taking Day Laborer. Or at least considering it. 3 wood, totally fine. I think I'm just on 2 Reed, 4 Clay here, assuming I don't get build back. I don't remember a start player plus food miner. That doesn't mean there isn't one. I could have easily forgotten. Apparently there's a chance I'm getting billed here. It was a lie. I don't think I want any of my ox right now. Just having tempo on carrots seems like the way to go. And I don't know how much you could actually call this tempo rather than insurance or... Well, I guess that is kind of tempo. Alright. IA Kidwell probably takes food, but if they have a start player move, that would be really sick for them. Axion could also start for 6 food or 6 wood or play Friok if they don't like the other options. Right now I could play Where's Salesman Studio. That would be cute. I mean, probably more good than cute. It means I don't need a read move the rest of the game. Axion is benefiting from not playing Ox early on. Has the first room, gets to start for 6 wood here. I will build. It should just be good to have the second room with the player having first room right before me. Sundial, I would say don't stretch too. Carrot Museum wants you to stretch anyway, though, for example, so I don't feel bad about doing it with Carrot Museum. I mean, a full sow action is pretty good for a miner that you can just play in the growth queue pretty easily. We have a start player from IA Kidwell to build the third room, perhaps. Not usually a strong move. But maybe they want to do something else here as they play Final Scenario. My feeding is not good right now. I could take Reedstone to be ready to play Studio, and I could just play Where's Salesman. I don't exactly know how that would help me, but I could. I mean, it probably helps me with feeding quicker than Shed Builder does. 4 clay is enough for Studio, Hearth, and Carrot Museum. Oh, regular Hearth's actually available right now, because Dankwine took Fireplace. Do I care? Three food is also not a bad move here. I am sad to report. I'm gonna play Ware Salesman. Maybe this is getting off track from where I need to be, but I think it's okay. Oh, yeah, wow, we have a house artist for Dankwine here. Traveling taken by Kidwell. Late Grow. Well, I guess I get to start Sundial into Grow Carrots, with the problem being I don't have food. Which might mean I need to play Studio instead of Sundial. But that should be okay. Yeah, Kidwell is just like building a room. So, like, this start player is, in some sense, a waste of time. They're still going to be growing forth. I assume Axion starts. Takes time for people to learn. It really does. Alright, what is going on here, Axion? What could you be possibly considering? Are you really in food troubles right now? Why are you having food troubles right now, Axion? Yeah, I don't know if I want to expand on it right now, but in general, taking start player for the third room when you don't know when family growth hits just has so many ways to, like, not matter tempo-wise compared if you build third versus fourth. Oh, wow. Happy birthday to us. Admittedly, I need Reedstone. And this was riskier than playing Sundial. I probably should have just played Sundial, because then I could still Hearth. Then the carrot gets ugly. Yeah, that was probably the wrong move. Okay, well, I can still take 2 read here to at least play Studio. Then Reedstone's second move still feeds me. Well, actually, when I play Studio, I can take Stone Reed. Please don't take Reed. I will tactically beg. If forced. Alright, well this will be cool. Dankwine doing a double build here. Yeah, I mean, well, even if Red thought Teal wouldn't start, they still have, like, this round and next round to build. Wee. Alright, so I could take Day Labor, obviously. Could also go Reedstone Beg. Don't think that's better. I mean, it's probably not. But yeah, just being able to run this right now seems good. To be growing, I should say. Yeah, it's not perfect, but it works. I'll get a big pile of something, it looks like. I guess that's not guaranteed. Dankwine preferring 4 wood to 3 stone. I was actually going to guess the opposite. A well here. And Axion is going to sow 2 grain, or sow 1 grain, harvest 2 grain, and proc grain sieve. That's kind of fun. Kidwell gonna Ock instead, getting a Patroness proc. If that holds, then I get 5 wood or 4 stone. Both of which are obviously pretty nice. Four stone would be incredible. Because then I can just build BMW, get the read back, live the Wares salesman dream. This is a cute grain sieve.
There's no way subsistence farmers hundreds of years ago would produce a facade like that on a municipal museum dedicated to carrots, and I think the card is unplayable until this errata is fixed.
Legendary sub message. Gonzo, thanks so much for the tier 1 for 10 months. Double digit club. Thanks so much, Gonzo. Luminous Illuminati. Teal rated 400s. They were gambling that I didn't have the food for this. That's the only real explanation, I think. Ooh, Iron Oven. Fun. That is a start with food card. And explains why it was not the well. Saving for the iron oven instead makes sense. Alright, 4 stone? 4 stone? I'm getting 4 stone with Where's Salesman?
Subsistence farmers hundreds of years ago built cathedrals, way bigger than a simple carrot facade.
Hey Diamant, thanks so much for not the 14 months, but for igniting an argument within sub messages. That's good stuff. Thanks so much, Adiamont. Oh my gosh. Yeah, with Where's Salesman, our feeding is going to be not even vegetables. We didn't get veg to flip this round, unfortunately, but, you know, we're fine. Everything's fine. Exactly, Adiamont. No other arguments will be tolerated in chat if it doesn't come on a sub message. I guess technically donation messages also work, but I don't think anyone in history has donated to my channel, which is totally fine, but just a fun little fact. Yeah, Christian Alien's point doesn't register. Not on a sub message. Stone oven for Axion. That is another that is another 3 stone improvement that is not the well. It makes sense for Axion though. It does mean I can't build BMW this round unless I reno, which I don't think I literally can. That's fine. I can do other stuff. Does any of the other stuff involve stealing that pile of sheep? No, because I took stone instead of wood. Well, that's annoying. Why did I do that? You mean I'm not getting this pile of sheep? I didn't set up to get the big pile of sheep? Why am I bad? And by bad, I mean, why don't I have even more everything? Taking a green right now is kind of reasonable. Okay, if I'm not getting the sheep, what am I doing instead? Kidwell's growing, Axion starting. That means forward 6 clay, 5 clay, 3 reed, 2 pigs, 5 sheep are all going to be on the board for me unless I do something about it. What I could do is 4 clay run pottery. And then just take 4 wood. Yo, Adiamont, thanks so much for the 100 bits. I was not trying to bait you into that. I just want to be clear. Alright, with Where's Salesman, I'm also not interested in wells. I am interested in wares. I wasn't given the choice. That's right. It's not my fault. I was forced into taking 4 stone. Toss sheep just for content. What a suggestion. Right now I am 1 food short of feeding. Buying BMW will solve that. So something like... Well, starting with 4 wood seems good. This is also funny. uh, to see goods on a space that's flipped already. I mean, it makes sense why, but it's funny. Yeah, 4 wood. I guess I have slightly too much to do here. Oh, BMW doesn't fix my feeding. What am I talking about? Because it kills my stone for studio. I don't think it's possible I should ignore 4 wood here, though. Where salesman gives you 2 building resources when someone plays an improvement that lets them convert resources to food. One of the resources is forced to be read that you get, and the other one is flex depending on what the card was. So building pottery gave me clay reed back. Building studio gave me either wood reed or clay reed or stone reed back. Oh, where salesman does have stats. Hovering over doesn't produce stats. You have to click on the card. Casual round 9 freshman. I think I just go Reedstone BMW here. It feeds me. It takes care of my BMW obligation. I can sow next round, pick up some stone. Yeah, things are fine. Dankwine has a lot of wood with these animal piles and no other competition right now. So that's sad. Yeah, it's funny. I could take the well, but BMW is just a lot more food for me over the course of this game. And when you have Where Salesman, you do not want to lose BMW. I might have to, like, first action sow next round. That's fine. Yeah, we didn't have time for Sundial. It happens. We have pickled carrots to make. Eating dirt and grass is like your toddlers. That's what we do out here. We make pickled carrots and we don't eat them. That's not the Agricola police. Though, if the police did show up for these animal stacks that Dankwine is just inhaling, that would be fair, honestly. Yo! The Econ Sean raid! No weighing! Welcome, Raiders. Thank you, Econ Sean. How was your stream? Were you doing the word game thing? I'm paranoid sewing here. Hello, Daymare. I got a second pick Carrot Museum, and we're actually using large greenhouse instead of shed builder because that just happened to be what worked. You found magic cards. Nice. Like specifically named magic cards or the phrase magic cards? I guess it doesn't really matter, but Dankwine just letting the pigs float. You found Jace, okay. I admittedly am not familiar enough with magic cards to know any of them. I apologize. We have late cows. You found award-winning economist Richard Thaler. Very cool. All right, yeah, take care, Econ Sean. Thanks again for bringing your people over here. If you are new here, welcome. I'm Lumen. I play Agricola all the time, which is one of Econ Sean's favorite games. Should be everyone's favorite game in my opinion, but you know, I'm only a little biased. Feel free to ask any questions you might have about the game. I'll do my best to answer them, and or you'll have the rest of chat to help you. Plenty of regulars around know how it goes. Oh, freshman threshing board. That's what Axion's doing. Plows now just come with a free Ock for Axion if they don't want to bake. Alright, by Paranoid Sowing, I did miss out on 3 wood. It's not a huge deal, I will claim. Kidwell has a wood and a miner coming in next round. Market Crier! Sick! I'm excited for markets to be cried. At least once. That means I don't need a grain action this game. If I want to live slightly dangerously. I was thinking about starting. Beanfield's fine. Starting next round is the ideal round to start, though. Round 11 start players are real good. Round 10 start players make it less likely that you get round 11 start players unless you first action it. And if you do that, you're just passing on a million value to the person behind you, and I'm not a big fan of that idea. I was kind of looking at building another room, but I'm eating my clay so aggressively. Because all I did for food was eat resources because I'm saving my pickled carrots. Yeah, reedstone, 4 clay, 4 reed, 4 food, veg. It's my set of possible moves here. I guess I could Ock German Heath. Is Ocking German Heath crazy? Gives me a sheep when someone takes pigs, and pigs are going to be taken this round.
Woo, back close.
Woo! Thanks so much, Alium. I am a tankathon here. If I get 6 clay, that would make me a lot happier about building a potential room. Alright, I'm gonna take this weird waiting move of Reedstone. God, that's so bad. That's so bad. I'm getting 2 stone at the end of the round. And stone is a big part of the Reedstone. Alright, this veg comes with wood. Maybe more. At least 2 would. And yeah, Alien, thanks again so much for the tier 1, the 5 months. Woo, back quote indeed. Alright, Dankwine starts, unfortunately, with a Blade Shears. That is a 7-food Blade Shears. Biggest Blade Shears award. Now, why did Dankwine not just play that on growth next round for Super Surprise? I don't know about that. That is mysterious to me. I think my last action is probably for a read then, if it's there. Because I don't want Dankwine to be messing with Renos and builds right now. Also, if I don't get 6 clay, it's fine. Well, Dankwine gets read anyway. Kidwell taking single grain when someone else played Market Crier. And they have a sack cart coming in. This is a crazy grain move, in my opinion. I guess it's technically a grain for them to bake when they so bake. This is a weird round incoming. Be ready for a weird round, y'all. Yeah, things are gonna get weird here. Dankwine gets to go 4 wood, 4 pigs grow this round. That's insane. Nicely done, Dankwine. If Dankwine wins, this whole fireplace fencing thing is completely why. This is insane. This round, I want 6 clay and or start player. I guess or more than and or. Yeah, I'm really glad I sowed last round. It maybe didn't need to be first action, but I didn't really know Market Crier was coming. But yeah, there's certainly a lot of pressure on it right now. Enough that Kidwell did take that grain seeds as a 6-food action. That corn schnapps is really weird, though. Seems like wood, clay, clay to a point. Which doesn't seem like an amazing conversion. I would also like plow this round, but me and the whole table want plow. I do have shifting cultivation in my hand. The bean field is what I would start with, and then I have newly plowed field for later. So my sowing capabilities are pretty good the rest of the game. Axion is plow baking instead of plow ocking. They will probably Market Cry. They might go start player Market Cry at the end of this round. I will take the clay. It is a guaranteed grow next round if I clay. I think I'm just ignoring Shed Builder this game. I just don't see a need, honestly. Frickin' 4 wood, 4 pig grow. Legendary round. And I guess we'll find out why Dankwine didn't wait on Blade Shears on their minor improvement action. Kidwell taking 3 wood. I haven't really been panicked about wood this game. I just have felt like I have enough for myself. Though my animal tempo is kind of rough as a result. Three stone is generally good value, but is it good value here? You know what I could do? Is I could start and then see if I need to build a room or not. That sounds smart. I like doing smart things. Because I might be able to, like, Plowso build grow next round, unless Kidwell... yeah, not knowing what Kidwell is doing is a little spooky, but it'll be fine. Milking Stool for Dankwine. That is a first pick stool, first pick house artist. It means that I am taking Cattle Market, which is something I was thinking of doing anyway. Oh, Ren Fence for Kidwell. That's a cute fencing option. I totally forgot they could. They fence tight. I wonder how they plan on covering the rest of their spaces. Axion fencing now too. I'm happy to see other people finish fencing. Not Market Cry, though. Slightly sad. Obvious cow here. Prevents Milking Stool player from getting all 3 breeding pairs. It's the easiest type for me to get a breeding pair out of going forward if I do it this way. You can use Final Scenario as many times as you legally can, which I guess is 2. There's no altruist type thing. It's just that you get to use round 14 before round 14. Alright, I'm gonna eat all the things. Alright, if it's urgent, I won't need to build a room, thereby saving resources for guilds, and possibly Drudgery Reeve. And if it's Plowso, we get a Plowso. Which is probably less exciting than usual because of, I might rather have carrots become wood than stone. We'll see. Okay. Okay. It's fine. It's fine. We still take Plowso. Slightly sad I don't have a grain to sow, but I guess I'd probably do this anyway. Not needing a stone move is probably fine. Honestly, well, the well is still available, right? No one's bought the well this game. The newly plowed field goes here. Don't worry, I have thought about this. And that is what we're growing with. I do need a bit more food to get me through this game. Yeah, I guess the well late is not much better than trying to set up Drudgery Reeve a little more efficiently. Yeah, and I just need my remaining wood to become fences a little faster. Now stone coming off the board, I'm fine with that. I would love it if no one fished this round, but I won't get my hopes up. I would really love for someone to build joinery. Though it does look like only Dankwine can right now. If and when joinery gets built, I get a wood and a reed. Which means I should definitely consider building it. Still don't know who's starting next round. Often, but not always, by this point in late rounds, someone will be taking start player. God, Axion really needs to, like, market cry and sow. Kidwell taking a veg. I mean, we are in double late growth, as we've found ourselves in many times recently. Like a unusually large proportion, which is fine. That's just how randomness works. Yeah, newly plowed field's definitely better than plant fertilizer here. I'm not turning my veggies into food, so I probably should for the end game. That is probably my best. I guess I won't say probably. It might be my best way to get endgame food is eat veggies 5 through 8 or whatever I have. Of course, I want to make sure I'm at least one veggie more than anyone else because I played Pickler and I don't want to give anyone 3 free points. Newly plowed field. Yay. I did it. Is that just a show-off placement? Yes. Now build a room in the middle row. I'm not going to build this room. Maybe if I got 5 stone, I would think about it. Dankwine starts here. With a forest well. You want a newly plowed room just to make a cool shed in the back? Like, put a room up here. Surround it with field or something. Does that open up weird field doctor combos? Where you have a newly plowed room, build again, and then surround it with field doctor? maybe that idea doesn't quite work. Fishing gets taken. The table's a little too hungry for it to not be taken here. Market crying is happening at least once, probably only once, we'll see. The fact that I'm getting my first grain from this is awesome. We love other people playing Market Crier, usually. There are some exceptions, but I don't think we are living in one of those exceptions right now. 6-wood, 4-wood might be on the table next round. I mean, 6-wood would be amazing. No one else truly needs it right now. I really love that Axion took a cow. Now, unless Dankwine has some secret sheep to cow tech, they probably won't be getting too many points out of the milking stool. Am I allowed to plow on D3 now? Yes. Schmog really wants to see a field doctor game with farmhand. God, farmhand. You have to grow with the farmhand first because the stable on farmhand is room for a person, while field doctor is a growth without room substitute. So have fun getting your square 4 fields, taking a stable action to build a stable there, playing farmhand, growing into farmhand, then plowing 2 more fields, and then playing field doctor. Unfortunately, it's just like a really screwy too long setup, because that's what farmhand does. All right. Any chance I get 6-wood 4th action here? I mean, I have to say I kind of have some chances at that. Dankwine probably Plowsows. Could probably Urgents, and if it's not those, I assume it happens in the different order, and then Axion wants a sow. We'll see. Kidwell playing the Blade Shears off of the Tree Farm Joiner, fair enough. I mean, despite Dankwine having all these animals, my scoring is already ahead of Dankwine without any fences. And that is a good sign. No! Dankwine! You can't ignore Plowsow here, unless you're taking Urgent. And now Dankwine is not behind me anymore. Not surprising. Alright. And Axion takes a very respectable 2-pig action, meaning I do get the wood. And we are having a party. Fence, Reedstone, Reno Joinery, Plow, Start. These are all reasonable moves for me. We love to have a lot of reasonable moves. It's a sign things are going well. Could take Clay. Could take a Clay this round. Because food not fully solved. Again. Reno pressure is okay because Dankwine and Axion are short on resources. Well, Axion's not the most short on resources, but they are the most short on time. This was like not a good wares salesman relative to wares salesman potential, and yet I feel like it's been totally good for my game. It was pretty mediocre in the set that it got play tested in on Play Agricola. There were a lot fewer building resource to food cards in general, or rather, there are a lot more of those in Revised, I would say. Cattle market. Rip the milking stool. Axion gonna start player for the team. Or market cry for the team, that works too. This looks like an amazing time to start player shifting cultivation. Do I ever starve? No. The fun part is we can plow here. We are setting up to be fence blocked. This round, not fully. But I think Axion is so baking rather than taking clay to force Reno. Which means I'm less worried about potentially being fence blocked here. You had sculpture course with wares once, hoping to get wood and stone. Yeah, you have to get one reed and one of the things it converts. You don't get wood stone reed. Sixth field definitely goes here. Danquine not fencing. I appreciate that. I will absolutely fence 14 right now. Though, maybe I should fence 12. Do I end up with joinery this game? Do I end up drudgery reaving? What am I doing? I'm gonna have 11 veggies. Oh. That's funny. Which means I can eat 6 of them raw? I guess I fence tight. I think it leaves the most possibilities for later. Do I ever have time for the joinery, though? Do I ever have time for Drudgery Reeve. I don't have time for either of those things. Let's be real. I'm just eating resources and veggies, and that's fine. I'm gonna fence 14. Also, BGA really laggy for me right now. Not exactly sure why that is. It could just be the fact that I have my video editing software running when I normally don't right now. Yeah, like, I'm just eating the rest of these resources. What if I don't? Clay feels like a safe move. I think I can greed read until next round. Also, that could just be a fireplace. I did think about playing German Heath. Thanks, Silver. This is a good farm layout. I am liking how this farm layout has gone. The sow is going to be grain, grain, veg, veg, veg. I think that's pretty obvious. Yeah, Drudgery Reeve, again, is going to be a little too hard to hit here. But, yeah, I have 8 veggies right now. I'm sowing 3 more, so I'm going to have 11. Which means I should theoretically be able to eat 6 and not give anyone any pickle points. I mean, 6 raw veg and I'm fed. If you're popping in from lurking to say that subsist... Okay, was not on a sub message. I don't care what it says. Not relevant for this argument if it wasn't on a sub message. Six raw veg and I'm fed, and other sentences that have rarely been uttered during successful game of Agricola. Carrot Museum games are something else. These take you to places that you don't often see, but are definitely fun. Honestly, I don't see the problem with this farm layout. Like, you have fields up there, fields down here. They're mostly segregated by crop type. You have your fences connected to your house as well. Homekeeper farm layout, by the way. Where's my homekeeper? Kidwell takes regular Reno, meaning I'll get Reno fence late in the round. It's a little unfortunate. I was hoping for the fire... Well, no, I wasn't hoping for the fireplace. I'm fed. Kidwell, meanwhile, wanted the oven. For good reasons. Okay, I want pig, I want sheep. I could play German Heath, but it's like kind of late for anyone to care, I think. Kidwell also probably wants the animals. I don't see a way to get... Well, I guess Heathkeeper does get me both, but Heathkeeper costs me food that I don't have. Yeah, so 4 read is 3 points, so I should take 4 read. End of story. Is it end of story? Should I take 2 sheep first? Axion getting Plowbake here. Apparently doesn't have another Ock to run with Freshman. Or needs the 2 grain to 6 food and a point more than other option, more than the Ock. Hollow is a point. I assume this is pig. Don't know what Axion's gonna do here. They look a little point capped. And by a little point capped, I mean significantly point capped. They could have started for the team in round 13 and didn't. Let's see. Dankwine has potentially 2 breeding points, 4 points of wood, 5 if they spend 2 actions on it. I guess if Axion's point capped, they can consider taking Reed. I would hope that's not the case. They might also be doing veggie math and noticing that taking a veg here could be worth. So baking is also fine for them. They do have non-maximum grain points right now. Running baking sheet. Oh, so Ock would be a fine move for them. Are they going to Ock? So Ock is very reasonable. The annoying thing with Freshman is you have to like pass the bake and then kill the bake menu that pops up anyway. Is that what they're trying to do? I assume that's what they're trying to do. Or are they just deciding to use baking course because the Ock is not worth a point? More than a point? Who knows? I get the read. So I will be renovating last action and ending with like 52 or something. Pretty cool. 51. Dankwine can get to 45. Minus feeding. 44. No, Yeah, 44. Maybe they have a 2-point move or better coming in. But I think my margin will be roughly 5 to 8 points. So that's cool. Definitely not the usual kind of Ox I play early. I don't usually play 4-wood Ox in stage 1, let alone 2 of them. But I think it definitely worked out here. Solid Wares Salesman Studio definitely made it viable. And yeah, Carrot Museum being good. It was, I want to say 3 wood, 6 stone. Yeah, thanks, Silver. This was definitely a solid one. It's gonna be fun to eat these 6 raw veg. And still have 5 veggies per pickler. I think I really felt this game being better than Draft 10, though. It's a 2-point Housemaster. No, just a 1-point Housemaster. Kidwell... Building? Building a stable with 2 grain? Yeah. Grain point seems better. Chalk another W up for the 4 stone rooms, 4 people ending. My most successful final farm. You hate final scenario since you play async. Hard to parse it. That's fair. It is kind of annoying to try to remember everyone's extra actions in turn-based. Alright, this is the best round 14 feeding of all time. But yes, as Sivir says, there is a yellow box around the current round as well. Thanks, Esoteric. Yeah, I guess confusing round 13 with 14 is a little annoying. Alright, ate 6 raw veggies, and it was fine. Have I ever done this before? I've definitely had some endgames in the past where I've, like, eaten 10 raw grain. Like, I've definitely done that before. But 6 raw veg. Yeah. That's a rarity. Alright, cool game here. Thanks to the opponents for also playing fairly quickly. And, pretty solidly as well, even though like their scores aren't great. It was kind of a function of it being round 7, round 13, and I'm glad Gankwine having all those animals didn't convert into a win for them. So yeah, quick announcements for those of you who weren't here at the beginning of the stream. Number one, I will not be streaming tomorrow or Monday, as I'll be at my local gaming convention, Strategicon. As a replacement, I'll be posting my MSO games that I commentated on but didn't stream. I'll post round 1 tomorrow, and then another on Saturday, and then Monday as well, if I made the final, which is a funny thing to say, trying to keep things slightly unspoiled for anyone that might possibly care and not know. But those will finally be going up. So catch me, or like kind of streaming those games on YouTube if you need your stream fix during my non-stream days. Announcement number 2 is that I'm pretty darn close to 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. I'm like single digits away, and getting closer to 1,000 on here, Twitch as well. And I have thought of a celebration stream idea, which I think is pretty cool. I don't want to reveal it yet, but I have figured out a pretty good idea of what to do for 1,000 follower stream when I hit one or both of those goals. So yeah, those are what's happening. Thanks all for watching. Thanks to all who supported the channel this week as well. On Monday, Hillbray resubbed Tier 1 for a 22nd month. Thom resubscribed for 2. Average Joe resubscribed for 43. Trey resubscribed for 16. Paul resubscribed for a 16th month as well. And then today, Gonzo with the Tier 1 for 10 months. Adiamant with the Tier 1 for 14 months. With a very cool argument about subsistence farmers and what they would do. Adiamant with the 100 bits, Econ Sean with the raid of 20, and Alium with the Tier 1 for 5. Alright, thanks everyone. Take care, have a great rest of your week and weekend. I'll see you next time whenever you can make it back.